Well, listen, you put a lot there, so let me try to ravel some of it. I think they did their best to make Sean O'Malley a superstar. They gave him a gift over Peter Yan. They gave him the title shot against Aljamain, and he performed, right? Like, he knocked Aljamain out, God bless him. And I think he went further than anyone imagined he could, and they were hopeful he could beat Marab, but you can only deny a contender like that for so long. Now, similar thing happened with Bilal, right? Bilal's not an exciting guy. On the contrary, Leon Edwards is the perfect guy you want representing the UFC in England. But listen, I think now we're at a time where there was like the Chuck Liddell era, the Ronda Rousey era, right? Excuse me, and a couple more eras of fighters that were just charismatic, larger than life. I think what's happened now, guys, is they don't need that anymore because they've got so many big fights on the horizon, like Ilia Topuria versus Oliveira. They got Jake Della Magdalena versus Islam, right? They've got fights that are bigger than the fighters now. Now, it will be left to be seen if that's good for the UFC. At the end of the day, we do know that star power draws in people. Nick Diaz certainly wasn't one of the best fighters ever, but he definitely drew in people, right? That's why they gave him, Carlos Condit for the interim title, George St. Pierre for the title, and then Anderson Silva, right, in a row. They were rewarding him for that magnetic star power. But I think one of the things UFC's come to, my guess is that you can't force these star power people. You can't force that to happen. You got to let everybody come to their own. You can give them soft touches. You can give them robbery decisions like O'Malley against Sean. But at the end of the day, you can't force a charismatic fighter to take over the UFC. That's why Conor McGregor was a very rare event, right? He's a shooting star, if you will, right? You got to wait for the next shooting star. And the interim is business time. Now, why is Dana not paying attention to business? Well, Dana's not an owner anymore, right? I think he makes something obscene for in salary, and then he gets a percentage of what the UFC makes every year, and that's a great incentive. But then in the meantime, he's promoting Power Slap, and I find it highly ironic that Power Slap. I mean, there was a time when the UFC couldn't even get legalized in Vegas. Now Power Slap's legalized somehow. Is that a sport? I mean, please, come on. But listen, maybe it doesn't have to be a sport to be entertaining and whatnot. It's funny to me, Dana's hung his hat on that, but it is what it is, man. The guy wants to promote his own things, right? So that's what he's doing, and the UFC's gone by the wayside a little. UFC's got so much momentum on its own. I don't know how much more promoting it needs, but yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. Maybe there'll be a new Conor McGregor. There always is. Everybody, read my book, Warrior of the Light.